Now, I don't know if it's a Harley. It's a very
yeah.
long one.
Yeah.
It's a 1956 anyway, and it's in the hallway of the office in Orlando, not in London, in Orlando. Because I went in and I said, we had that bike, I said, in Atlanta, Hard Rock, as you
Yes.
said. Yes, who brought it here now, you know who's it? It's James Dean,
James Dean's bike.
1956. I don't know if it's a Harley or not. It doesn't. It looks like a Harley. It's a very, very long. It's like a moped, but hugely long from there to.
Yes.
Jesus, nearly there. It's big.
Yes.
It's big, you know, and it's yeah, and yeah. I want to show you the White House here. This book is in the White House. This is the mayors of Galway. Now I'm in here somewhere. The book was.
Were you in the White House? You were?
Oh no, I wasn't, but I was invited there actually. I was William Henry must have done this book. He's a great.
William Henry,
not the
yeah.
more by as well, yeah.
Fabulous.
What we see now. I'm in here somewhere. This book is in the White House. That's why I'm in there. With Bridie Fahey. No, it'll be before this. That's Willie Henry. Yeah.
You're going to the White House, Rita, are you?
No, I'm not going to White House, but I was invited there.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you why I was invited there. A few years ago, as the tennis in London.
Yes.
The tennis. We do the tennis party before it opens, you know, and President Clinton was open. This is probably about 8 or 9 years ago,
yes.
7 or 8 years ago, and he was over, and he said he was just staying in the Antonine Hotel, which is done, and he wanted a takeaway from the Hard Rock, and could Rita serve him? And by the time they told me, and I got down there, he was coming to the Hard Rock, would I serve him? I said, yeah, of course I would. And I was in London at the time. Got ready, they sent a car for me. I come down, and then all of a sudden, I got that he had to have a takeaway. He had to get to the tennis. Oh, so he ended up getting a takeaway. So I never saw him, but never mind. Maybe one day, you know?
Oh, definitely.
One day. And, what did we say? I don't know who, that's Mulholland. Yeah. I think it was before him. Oh, there I am, yeah. There I am, there. Yeah, there I am, there, yeah. And that book is in the White House, I believe. And the same book is here with the Great Southern, and this is the, I think I'm in here at 12 of them, yeah, that's it, that's Bridie Flaherty, and I met his brother yesterday. Most of these now are dead, God bless them. John Fell is gone, JJ is gone, Diagna is gone, Flanagan, there's myself, and Bridie Flaherty.
Yes. Bridie
worked with me in the 50s Fair Play Tour. Paddy Gannon is gone, they're all gone. Yeah, reskilling between the Hard Rock and MBE. There as well, and I met his brother downtown yesterday, yeah, and there we are.
Jeez, you're a great woman. Jeez, you're a great woman.
It was all the day's work, for God's sake. It's all the day's work, and I've got loads of stuff. You have no idea the stuff I have, but it's just
yeah.
Who's this here? Oh no, this is just my daughter. Yeah, no, but there's loads. I do hog nights, and there's sort of the bikers here. I can't hardly see it properly. And we'd have now at a time sometimes 600 bikers, and for 6 o'clock, maybe 5:30 in the morning, for a good breakfast, and then they'd all line up, and then I'd have a sort of a bugle, and I would get maybe 100 off at a time, and I would say like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ready, steady, go, and then 100 will go, and then we'd do it again about 20 minutes later. So and then they arrive in Paris, and they have dinner at Paris. And then they come back next day, and they meet within about 10 minutes from the Hard Rock. And if the whole 600 comes back, we're lucky. Sometimes the bikes break down and whatever happens. And then they ride back, and then they have a big party in the Hard Rock, London, you know. This is Snoop Dogg here. He said, I don't know the name, Snoop Dogg. He's quite famous, this guy. This guy, I don't know who he is. She's EastEnders. This is in Japan. And the young boy that is pens on me as well. I was launching a new pen, and the young boy is probably back there that made that wonderful painting of me. Jesus, don't ask me the names, for God's sake. They're all rock stars, you know. This is wet. I've got a jacket belongs in here. I'll show you the jacket.
Yeah.
I think I've got it here. Yeah, I'll stand up. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No. Hard Rock jacket, yeah.
Wow.
And they signed that
for me. They signed that?
Yeah, the wet signed that.
Shit.
And And I just gave a wonderful guitar to my niece who is terminal. She is ill, and I gave it to her on Sunday. And it was signed by the band Kills Amy. Yeah, this is signed by this crowd here. Wet, wet, wet. Yeah, don't know the bloody names. I mean, you know. Yeah.
Beautiful jacket, Rita.
Yeah, it's a hard rock jacket. And I bikers jackets. I give them to everybody. They're gone now. I haven't. This is yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. And yeah, and that's signed by them. This is Kenny. He played with the Who. This is Kenny Jones. Kenny Jones. That would be us cutting our cake, one of the cakes. This guy here wanted me to be his bridesmaid, and he rang me up from Chicago. That's him there and his wife. Rang me up from Chicago, and he said to me, Rita, I'm coming to London. Can we get married in the Hard Rock? And would you be my bridesmaid? And I said, Jenny, I wore my uniform, and he bought me some flowers. And then when he arrived, they said he can't get married here, you know. And I said, well, I told him he could. He's come from fucking America. I'll just give him. So Jimmy, who's in the vault, we had you in Idaho, Indian blessing, he said on him, in the vault. So we went to the vault, and that's part of the vault there, you know. I went to the vault down there, and that day he had married that woman for the 51st time. He's in the Guinness Book of Records for 50. I got a letter at Christmas. He's now married 97 times.
Wow.
To the same woman. I know, a lot of them are blessings, you know. But that was the 51st. And this is our Jimmy here, Jimmy from the Hard Rock. This is our Jimmy. Jimmy knows the history of the Hard Rock, you know. On top is the Albert Square. That was the two of them actually. Your wife might watch EastEnders. The two of them, I'll tell you about them. They brought that down, and it was sold for £8,500 at an auction. And they bought it for a handicapped child. They paid that money for even though they were giving it for nothing for a handicapped child. The picture next to it is Emma Bunton. She's won the Spice Girls.
Oh yes, I know him like this.
Yeah, and the picture next to it is Bob Hoskins. He's got a handicapped child. So that would be on the Fight for Life. I'll see him next week now. He'll be at Fight for Life. He's quite a famous actor. Great guy.
Right, I know Bob.
And this picture here is one of the founders of the Hard Rock. It said, God bless Rita and Rita Russo. I don't know what it says, yeah. And the picture on top is Fergie. She said to me that day, Rita, how did you find my mother-in-law? I said, no, I didn't meet her. I had the ceremony done in the Hard Rock. Picture on top is Robbie Williams.
Robbie, yes.
Robbie, yeah, and I work with him, and he's a great guy, fantastic guy.
Robbie,
we support the AIDS Foundation as well, and this is Elton John. And he's a great guy for charity, fantastic. He's a real good guy. This is when I was in, where was I here? I was in, I tell you where I travelled there. I went Kuala Lumpur to Singapore, Singapore to Australia. I done Melbourne back to London, and I done that in 9 days, and I was 78 hours flying. And I came back. That must be new, yeah. This here, this is Kelly Jones as well. This is my lovely daughter Tara, you know, and her boyfriend. This is the guy. He married to the one in Miami Vice. What's it? Oh, something. Oh, you know that guy. Yeah, he's a great guy. He does a lot of charity.
John Johnson, is it? Don Johnson, no.
No, not Don Johnson. He's on American Idol at the moment.
Yeah. Oh.
He's American Idol. He's he's a fucking mad guy. Mad, but because I'm older, that's sort of good of me. But he's mad. This guy. Oh, okay. This was in New York actually taken. That's he was, you know. Status Quo, one of my favourite. I love them. They opened Live Aid. I worked at Live Aid. They went on stage, and do you know why? Because they came back and said, "We get the fucking bottles out here," and they drink out of the bottles, you know. Burt Lancaster, he used to like a bottle. Never put the gin in a glass. Bottle on front of him, and he poured his own, you know. And they're the same. This was the day I got my MBE. This is Chris Smith. This was done in London, you know. And he presented my MBE that day. And I could have gone to the Palace. I didn't go. I wanted it all done in the Hard Rock, you know. This is Donald Trump, one of the billionaires of the world. Yes, I was supposed to meet him, and he said he came in with. This was in Atlantic City, and I stayed in the Taj Mahal, you know. And amazing, because he owns everything out there. And when he came up, I was meant to shake his hand on the red carpet and say, "Welcome, follow me, Mr. Trump," blah blah blah. But they came up to me, he won't shake your hand. I said, "Why not?" And he said, "Because of germs." I said, "What fuck on, you know." So when he came up, I just gave him a belt on the back like that, you know. I said, "I know you won't shake my hand, but follow me in," you know. So when we do an opening, the CEO of the company, which is the head guy, he will go on stage and say, "We're so happy to be here in Galway City. We love this." Oh, this shit comes out, you know. I put it otherwise. And then he went up, and he could hardly open his mouth with all the Botox. he's behind guys who are happy to have the hard work here, you know. And then 2 congressmen from the White House went up, and then the mayor went up, and I always got back to the mayor, once or twice, maybe not. So nobody said nothing, and this was a big press conference on CNN, NBC, all the big guys were there, and I was down the end. So they roll on stage. The next minute, our CEO, Jim Burke at the time, said, "Where's Rita? Where is she?" So I came up and